On a scale of 1 to 10, she's a 250.
I'm going to have to trade in my nightgown for a hefty bag.
But she's got that special quality that people can't help respecting.
This exercise is supposed to take off weight.
And a talent for making people laugh.
Like roasting a turkey.
Catch the comedy with Nell and the Clan next time on
Give Me a Break.
Don't Miss It. Weekdays at 5:30 on TV 54. Say hello to Nell Harper.
Hello.
That weight is nothing but water. You could lose it in a minute. Just squirt it out through your trunk.
She's the hottest thing on television.
I'm jogging to cool down.
Because she's cooking up comedy.
We do not pig out. Got that, Bookie?
Hey, that's terrific.
Catch Nell and the whole Kanisky clan next time on Gimme a Break.
Give me a break.
Sitcom, all ye faithful, a Christmas podcast special, where for the third time I discuss 25 Christmas sitcom episodes. Please come and listen every day up through Christmas. I'm sure we'll feature Jeannie, the Tanners, and Nell Harper, Chandler, Big Mr. Roper. It will be dynamite. We'll definitely feature a character who says dynamite.
Give me a break, now I know what it takes. I'm putting a new face on the old one, ready for anything. Playing with fate, not a moment too late. Showing the whole world, nothing can get me down. Ooh-hoo.
Give me a break.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a break.
'Cause I sure need one.
Give me a break.
Yeah. I finally know where I belong.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
'Cause I sure need one.
Give me a break.
Yeah. I finally know where I belong.
Give me a break.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's December 19th, which means it's the 19th day of Sitcom, All Ye Faithful. And today we are talking about season 3, episode 10 of the classic, not really, television show, Gimme a Break. The title of this episode is A Kanisky Christmas. It aired December 22nd, 1983. And I want to give you a little summary of what this show is about, this episode. It's their first Christmas with young Joey. And Nell Harper really wants to make sure that his first real Christmas is very special. The problem is, ever since the girl's mother died, Christmas just hasn't been the same for them. So they've all made plans. Even the chief has to go work. So what does Nell do? She turns into a real bitch and goes on a temper tantrum. And if this may seem a little different, the fact that I'm giving you a little summary up front, that's because this episode is different. Why? Because it's a very special episode of Sitcom, All Ye Faithful. Ladies and gentlemen, I am welcoming back to Geek Mentality for the 7th time, the record-breaking 7th time, Mr. Eric, last name redacted. I'm not sure if he wants it on or not. Eric Lapointe, ladies and gentlemen. Bum, bum, bum. He won't let me tag this in Facebook, but ladies and gentlemen,
That's true.
He is on the show. Welcome back for the first time since Marchie McFly. Eric, how are you doing this
I'm
evening?
doing great. Thank you for having me once again.
I apologize in advance for making you watch this episode of television.
This was very bad.
It was very bad. It was very dumb. Like the whole concept.
It was forced.
Everything was forced. The fact, like I wrote down a couple things about Gimme a Break. First of all, did you watch Gimme a Break as a kid?
I did.
Absolutely. Like, so did I.
Yes.
This episode aired December 22nd, 1983. There's a very strong possibility I was watching this episode the night it aired.
I don't recall this episode though.
I don't either.
But I do remember the intro having them with the stockings.
Oh,
hanging up
really?
the
Okay.
Yes. So I never later on. So I do recall that scene, but I do not remember watching this episode when it first aired or even later on too.
For me, Give Me a Break. A couple memories come up. Number one, I think I had a crush on the youngest daughter, Sam, the nerdy youngest.
Right here, same thing.
See, I remember an episode where I think she kissed a boy and she was afraid she got pregnant.
I remember that too.
I think that this was one of the first times that when the dad actually died, the actor during the show, is one of the first times I remember experiencing that, unless you count Mr. Hooper on Sesame Street. And I remember this show being one of the first shows that I can remember having a trans character. Do you remember where the dad went on a date with a woman who turned out to be a transgender? Now, the actor definitely was a woman. And it was just, they just said like she had, I remember I don't know if they called it a sex change at the time. That's, that was like, that's what they called it back then. I don't know if they still call it that, but I remember that. And I'm looking for articles about like thinking this was a progressive, this was like, groundbreaking at the time. I can't find anything on the trivia about it, but I did find the episode. And for some reason, when I saw the actress, I go, oh, I always thought it was the mom from One Day at a Time, but it wasn't. So
I don't remember one. Oh, One Day at a Time. Yes.
One Day at a Time. You remember with Valerie Bertinelli.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And it was not her. Okay. So
no, it was not her. It was some actress that I've never heard of, and
it's not very flattering, by the way.
Right. Like, you're like, hey, we'd like you to be on the show. Okay, who am I going to be? You're going to play you're going to go on a date with him, but you were born a man. What? Okay. But it just seemed like back then you'd feel like it would get more, I don't know, accolades or something, an article about it. Nothing I don't even
remember. I remember other episodes when they were kind of doing stuff that was different, or what was Mr. Belvedere? They had the child with AIDS.
Oh, yes. He goes, I have AIDS.
Yeah.
It's okay, right. It was very normal. They're trying to normalize it. These very special episodes.
Matthew Perry dies in Family Ties. Not Family Ties.
Growing Pains.
Growing Pains, thank you.
Yep.
But then Family Ties did have the other one, the death with his friend.
Oh, his friend and his drunk uncle Tom Hanks.
Right. So I mean, but you're right though. I don't remember.
Potsy got molested by that priest in season 8 of Happy Days. Do you remember that?
No,
I made that up.
I would say, oh yes, I remember that one.
Remember that? It was a really I do remember Dudley and the bicycle salesman on different shows. Who doesn't? But I couldn't find anything about this being a very special episode. I did find some trivia about the show that made me think, because I in my intro I said, "Wow, Nell's a real bitch in this episode." What do you think? Like,
I was surprised how pretty she was. First of all, though, I don't know why. I never thought.
You had a special attraction to her. Well, she always had a pretty face.
Yeah, she had a pretty face. I was surprised. But the comedy to her, I didn't like her character. I don't remember disliking her when I was younger. But this episode over here, it was just kind of
She was so such a jerk about things. Like, I understand wanting to have the perfect Christmas, but throwing all the stockings down.
I just didn't find her even be funny too. Also too, they had a couple of weight jokes in there. I was kind of surprised about that. I don't remember that.
I sent you the clip. That's the intro of this, where it's like she's 250. I was like, even in the promo, they're making fun of her weight. The dad saying, there was another promo. I don't think I played it for you, but he goes, "Oh, that's water weight. You could just blow it out of your trunk like she's an elephant." I'm like, Jesus Christ, Chief.
Chief.
But everyone calls him Chief.
Well, and then the show itself too is kind of predictable too. Now, I always like to see if I can guess any of the things that happen. Do you ever try to do that at all?
I do, or I think I have an idea. I think where it's going, but I did not see her coming in at the end as I thought she was just going to come and apologize. I expected all the girls to come back.
her. Okay, so do you want to keep going through the recap of the show? I don't want to cut you off and kind
No,
of.
yeah. Do you want me to give you some? Let's do a recap of the show. Then I'll read
Yes,
some trivia
yes.
that makes it seem like, oh boy, this show was not exactly what I thought it was. But yeah. So the show starts where she's all excited to give Joey his first real Christmas. She can't wait to tell the girls. All three Kanisky daughters have plans. The youngest is going to babysit. Who the hell asks a teenage girl to babysit on Christmas Eve? The middle girl is going on a date. Who the hell's going on a date again on Christmas Eve? And the oldest girl is going skiing with her friends. That I could almost see a ski trip, but on Christmas Eve.
Still Christmas Eve, exactly. That means her other friends are going to be missing Christmas as well.
Right.
Too.
Now, all these kids don't celebrate Christmas at all or with their family. It just seemed. And another thing that bothered me, they said a couple of times, well, this is, Christmas hasn't been the same since our mom died. This is the first real Christmas. I'm like, what did you do during seasons 1 and 2? This is season 3. Did they not have Christmas? They must not have had Christmas episodes. They must have ignored them completely.
I didn't even look into that yet. I don't, and I don't remember the show. I remember them making a big deal about the mother not being there, but I don't remember what happened after the father passed.
Well, no, the mother, at one point, the mother died, then the father died. At one point, they all moved to New York. I was looking it up. They all moved to New York. I don't know if the granddad goes, but Simpson, the cop, who later goes on to be Grandpa Munster in Munsters Today.
And when
yeah, I looked it up. I said, "Oh my God, I remember seeing." I don't think I've ever seen the show, but I've seen pictures of the Grandpa Munster, and he was very funny in this. He's like the big dummy. But I think
they moved to New York. I don't remember that at all.
New York.
Is that where Facts of Life kind of kicks in? No, Facts of Life.
There's no connection here.
Right,
different strokes in Facts of Life connect.
That's right.
But they moved to New York, same kind of thing where there's like the older woman taking care of like these young women. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they go there with Joey. At one point, Matthew Lawrence shows up in some episodes. I know Joey's found a brother. And I don't know if Grandpa goes with them. Grandpa lived longer than the chief.
Yeah, he lived until the early 90s, I believe.
Yep.
So after even that the show it was on. So I don't remember. I know I watched the show. I know it was a big deal. I just don't remember any of the episodes, which is kind of weird because I said I did watch enough of it too. Now, did you notice whose house that was? The setting.
Okay. I didn't even try to pay attention to the setting of the house.
I always do this, but it's
because I remember.
I think I know
being blown away when hanging with Mr. Cooper. We're hanging out in the Seavers house from. I was like, this is. They didn't even try to change it at all. Okay, right. There's the stairs right in the middle, coming down the door. I mean, it looks like a more modern show. Like Everybody Loves Raymond kind of has that setting, but I'm not sure.
Was it the Cosbys? I think that was the Cosbys' house.
I don't know. The stairways there. I mean, there's definitely the stairways there. They just redecorate everything. The living room, I felt, it was a pretty big living room.
And then to the left was the doorway.
Left of the doorway to the kitchen. It's definitely set up the same way.
Both on NBC.
Both on it, yeah. And then this ended. Well, I don't know. They might have overlapped though. This ended in 86. Well, they went to New York, so maybe they just gave the set to the Huxtable family.
I think it was. It looked very similar to that. The doorway, the whole setup there too. But I could be wrong on that. But that to me reminded me of the Cosby house.
Absolutely. And that's the only Cosby reference we'll have on this show. I should have you. That's what I should have done. I should have had you do the Cosby Show every year and make you do it.
Make me want to do it.
Exactly. Now we're here with Eric's favorite actor in the world, Dr. William H. Cosby.
Not my favorite actor, but just a good person.
Just your favorite person. Okay. I wanted to make the connection. The last 2 years Eric's been on, we did Taxi and we did Who's the Boss, the Tony Danza connection. This year we didn't do that, but there is a slight referential, not direct connection, where there's a character who plays an actor who plays a character with the same name, and he's done it a million times, and that's Joey Lawrence. This was his first time playing Joey, and he's played Joey multiple times, at least twice, at least in this and Blossom. That's all I know.
I
That's
was
the
gonna
only
say
time I
that.
know. So at
I was
least
gonna throw
twice.
in bless him.
Yeah.
Well, he had his own TV show, Joey.
Oh, that's right. I'm sure he was Joey in that too. He should have had his dad should have been Tony Danza playing Tony.
Tony and Joey.
So so just to go back to the plot itself, all the girls have plans. Nell gets really angry at them and tells them, "You can't leave. You can't do this," and they cave in pretty quickly. They're like, "You know what? You're right. I can reschedule my date, or I can tell them they need another babysitter." And the other girl finally gets guilted into, I think maybe she didn't get guilted. Maybe she wanted to still go. I forget about the camping trip or the ski trip. I think she got guilted into until the phone rang and Nell was a real bitch to her mother, hung up on her, which I didn't realize was gonna pay off at the end. And once they saw that she was mean to her own mother, every girl said, "The hell with it! I'm babysitting. I'm going on a date, and I'm going skiing." And even Joey was like, "Screw this! Christmas is over." And yeah, I think that was after she smashed their. I mean, that was just like I would have fired her on the spot.
Well, we're going to get on short notice too.
These girls are 17 years old. Who do they need? What do they need in this house? These aren't little girls.
When did Joey come around? How did Joey even get into this? Do you remember that?
I don't. I feel like she found him like for some reason I'm picturing like a hotel room in New York, but I think maybe that's later seasons. Maybe that's his meeting his brother, because I think he meets his brother, which is weird because Tammy just watched like a Hallmark movie or some movie, and all three Lawrence brothers are in it, and it's like they've done so many things together. It's ridiculous, and it all started here. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like his mom left her, and he was alone.
Okay,
but I don't. But I do know that I wanted to get an episode with Joey in it. I was like, I can't have it be too early. I need Joey Lawrence in the show.
Oh, see, I would have liked to have Joey out of it. I think Joey ruined the show.
He was precocious. He was okay. No, I think Nell ruined the show. She was the worst part of the show.
I think they all just kind of suck.
Everyone's selfish. Everyone's leaving Christmas. Even the dad doesn't care. But the dad actually didn't have to work. He had something else planned. And it turns out Nell left in a huff. But then she shows up as Santa, and you think Joey's going to be happy. He shits all over it. He's like, "You're not the real Santa." And she's like, "What am I supposed to?" I was ready for her to backhand him. And then boom, the chief shows up, and it turns out they all pooled their money together to get Nell a Christmas gift out on the front porch. And it's Mama. And the mother should have been like, "You hung up on me, you bitch," and slapped her right in the face. But they all got a nice, sit around singing Christmas carols to end the episode.
Now, I'm embarrassed to say this. I did laugh when Nell came down as Santa. I did laugh at that. I don't know why. I just thought that was funny. And then the belt didn't fit. The belt didn't fit.
I didn't even notice that. It doesn't. It fits the chief fine.
It didn't fit her.
I did laugh in this episode, I admit, when the cop Simpson, he's like, he keeps saying, "Shut up, Simpson, shut up," but he goes, "I'm part of the family now," and he opens the door and he goes, "It's my sister."
I did laugh at that.
That made me laugh. I was like, "It's my sister." One of the girls came back.
Yes, yeah, he was actually pretty funny on that too. Yeah. All right, so, I was able to kind of make guesses on what would happen.
This is good. I want to. What were you guessing during the show?
So, all right, I just wrote him down before I watched the show. I thought someone was going to get sick and then they would get better. So technically, did not happen unless you look the reversal of it. The babysitter or the parents.
Oh, that's true. She got pneumonia. Thank God.
Right. So that really didn't happen. But I did say Chief has to go to work for Christmas, which was mentioned. So I thought that was kind of right. I also said that Joey Lawrence was going to make a gift for someone. I thought he was going to do something, something lame like that. That didn't happen.
He didn't do anything.
No, I know. He really it was just a grump. No, all right. This is the thing too. Where is this place even located? Are they in California? Do you know?
I always thought they were in Chicago.
Well, that was all right. So I thought Nell wanted to see a family member, but she couldn't go out because of the snowstorm. There was no snow. It didn't snow at all.
Yeah, so, it wasn't part of the equation.
No. I I did say one of the sisters would break up with their boyfriend, which was right.
That's true. And I was like, what is this kid doing here? And at least he had the right idea. My mother would kill me if I was going out on Christmas Eve.
I did say that Chief's friend didn't have a place to go for Christmas. I got that
Wow,
right.
perfect.
That was right on. Joey will see Santa Claus at some point. Kind of true.
That's a ding. I'm counting that.
Yeah. And I did say the show will end with a clip outside with snow falling down.
Oh, I don't think we got that.
No, and I also said Nerdy Girl will be studying for a test.
We should have. Yeah, I should have thought of everyone sitting around the piano, because it's happened in at least in 3 episodes that I've covered so far. With this, Three's Company, and Beverly Hillbillies have had everyone sitting around the piano.
Where does this show rank among all the ones you watched this year? Was this the worst one you think, or was this? I know
it is.
Genie didn't even happen or something, right?
Genie, I watched halfway through it. I go, what the F is going on with Christmas? It took me forever to get Charles in Charge in there. Charles in Charge, that was a tough, because it took me forever to watch it, because I didn't want to pay for it. Yeah, this might be. Let me see if I could pull up everything I've done so far, just to kind of get a reminder. Friends, WKRP, Frasier, Mama's Family, all better. Mama's Family was better. News Radio, Beverly Hillbillies, Big Bang Theory, Three's Company, Superstore, Good Times, 30 Rock, Drew Carey Show. Drew Carey Show was okay. It had enough funny moments. Mm-hmm. Charles in Charge, Malcolm in the Middle. More people should watch that. Jefferson's, Park and Rec, Alice. No, Alice was good. Raymond. Yeah, this might be the worst. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, thank you for making me watch this. Okay.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad it is the worst, because it's more fun talking about it this way than a memorable classic thing. I have a couple trivia things on all right. Give Me a Break. This is from IMDb, so you take it with whatever, if it's factual or not, take it with a grain of salt. But it said the show's producers were very concerned about Nell Carter's escalating drug use, binge eating, rapid fluctuating weight, and self-destructive lifestyle. She went into rehab several times during the production and was blowing her money on cocaine every week. Cocaine.
Amazing.
At one point during 1984, she tried actually committing suicide by overdosing on sleeping pills. This is during the show. And champagne, when she went to go visit her good friend, Liza Minnelli. I didn't think Liza Minnelli would be mentioned in this episode. Liza Minnelli flew her to rehab, cleaned her up, and she kicked the habit and lost 90 pounds. Well, look at that. And another one, that's just she was living, I don't even know. This is what she's most famous for. I think she was a Broadway actress. I think she won a Tony, but on screen, this was it.
That's all I know her from.
I feel like she'd be the perfect actress to years later have a show called Nell, where it's just a different sitcom, but it's called Nell in the 90s, right? Doesn't that sound like it would be? If I told you.
She did.
Did she?
Yeah.
Wait.
You joking?
No.
She did. She had a show called Nell. I think so.
Wait a minute.
Look it up right now.
Okay. Let me find Nell Carter. I was going to say, on the WB for 6 years, it'd be on. Okay. Oh my God. I feel really stupid if this is the truth.
I'll also say, I'll talk for a bit while I was shocked that she was 35 years old in this episode too.
Oh my God.
I get very upset when I see that I'm 48 and I'm way older than these people now. I'm almost the same age as the Chief.
I was just going to say, how old was the Chief?
He was probably in his late 50s, but I'm not far from that.
Right.
The grandfather, he was only a few years older than the Chief too.
That's funny when they do that.
Yep.
No, I don't see any.
No, she never TV show Nell?
No TV show Nell. She was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper for 42 episodes.
Maybe I thought this show was just called Nell then.
Right. It doesn't seem like you'd find her she's a teacher or a principal or something, or a cokehead or something where she's and it's just Nell playing another character named Nell. Well, I see Joey plays Joey, but Nell plays Nell. There's two there. Two hit the Tony Danza line.
I don't really know where she's from though too. I don't really.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you think of her, the only thing I think of is this, and she was in Modern Problems with Chevy Chase. Remember the movie where Chevy Chase had telekinetic powers?
I love that movie.
I haven't, my God, I haven't seen that in a long time. Between that and Oh Heavenly Dog, man, Chevy owned early 80s. Remember Oh Heavenly Dog?
Oh, I'm actually looking right now too, right? Hey, with Mr. Cooper. I did not see Oh Heavenly Dog. I have no idea what that is.
You know, that's where Chevy Chase dies and comes back as a dog. And he's the voice of a dog. Not to be confused with Chomp. Remember Chomp, the robot dog? That was a Disney movie. What were you doing? Were you just watching Give Me a Break all these years?
Did you see the ratings for Give Me a Break too? They were bottom all the time.
And they probably still had 10, 15 million people watching it. It was like the terrible. That's how shows were then. Like the good shows had 30 million people.
Let's see. She was also on 227, which they must have a Christmas episode. You should probably watch that.
It's on my list, and I feel like I should have done that more than this.
Thank you.
But I put Nell Harper in the song, and damn it, I already screwed up on Jeannie. I'm not going to miss Nell.
I would have sworn she had some show called Nell. Well, anyways, we missed out.
You know what? Let's write it. Let's write a show called Nell that could have starred her. We'll put it out as a graphic novel. You have to draw Nell, though.
I'll be Nell.
So I want to give you this other trivia because, you know, it was the show was on for a couple of years, and then Joey comes in. Maybe the kids are getting older, so they need to bring in a cute kid again. So it says, according to Rod Parker, who I looked up as one of the writers on the show, he said in an interview at one point during the series, Nell Carter had a slight falling out with Joey Lawrence because she thought he was getting too much screen time. She said Carter spoiled him for a good 2 years and then suddenly turned on him. Parker was completely bewildered regarding the fallout. He then claimed she wasn't very nice to Lawrence and didn't want to do much with him. Parker sat down with Lawrence and had numerous talks with him because he loved the kid and thought he was a real pro. You know, Joey Lawrence is a real pro. Even though sometimes he's completely bald and other times he has a beautiful head of hair.
I asked, who has a better wig, the grandfather or Joey now?
Joey now, right? Well, that's the thing. Dancing with the Stars was a million years ago. He was like shaved his head and went for it. This movie Tammy watched was from 2021, full head of hair. Full. That was the movie. That's what the movie was about. He's like, I can't. My hair won't stop growing.
That's just called a hair system.
He said, yeah, Parker said he was most concerned on the effect Nell's intense mood swings could have on the kid on the show. I wonder if like how the girls felt about working with him too, or everybody, because she was the star of the show, but it seems like she was not easy.
No, now that you mentioned it too, I kind of remember that the show. Well, maybe I don't remember. I don't know, but I do recall them having to pause production, and they actually they weren't able to produce enough TV shows because of her absence too. So, and I remember that I remember someone talking about that in the summertime, going, "Oh, she's on drugs and she's
that checks out.
In rehab too." Yeah. So,
yeah. So the three girls, the three actresses, I did look up, and they are all still working to some degree. The youngest, Sam, she is still working, still like a voice actress. She's been in like things up recently. The middle actress, my IMDb is going really slow. The middle sister. So the youngest sister, what the hell was her name?
Sam was her name, right? But what's her real?
Lara Jill Miller still working. Julie, the middle girl, who I couldn't like picture her in her IMDb. Like this girl looks pretty much the same. Sam, she's older, but she doesn't look that different.
She does. You're right.
Where the middle daughter looked very different, doesn't have the glasses on anymore. But she's still acting in things, all the way up through 2023. She was an episode of Mayans Motorcycle Club, Goldberg's, Young Sheldon. She's still acting, still doing stuff. Yet the oldest girl, the one who I'm gonna guess was like the popular one, she's the one going skiing. She was probably the least nerdy one. I dare I say the hot daughter, I guess.
No, the youngest one was. That's
how you and I saw her, but I think America probably saw her as the one that all the boys would like to look at. She doesn't really act all that much anymore. She is a motivational speaker. Her last IMDb is from 1989, Girl Talk, and before that, an episode of Full House. But she does motivational speaking now, and like speaking engagements and interviews, and it's I don't know. I don't know
Did you watch any of her videos? I know you sent one over.
I watched about
She's
30
interviewing a bunch
seconds of it.
people.
Yeah, she was like it was showing all the, and it was really poorly. It looked like it was shot like on someone's camera, like not like nice camera, like a digital camera from 2001. Like it was just not well preserved, considering that's like her film. Like I can go on YouTube and we'll look at shows from the 50s that look beautiful, and then it just didn't look. And it was even all the, because you know what it is, she probably worked for some show and then she was taking clips from them and using it in her thing and didn't know how to. I don't know. It was low quality.
You know that she dated pop star Andy Gibb?
I did. I learned that today. Andy Gibb, who is the non-BG Gibb brother, right?
That is correct.
Right?
No. He's the one that was not a BG.
Right. He was like, I started a joke. I think that's his song. And you know who wasn't in this episode? A woman who has been mentioned on this podcast in the past because she's been in 5 million sitcoms. And Rosie O'Donnell was on this show for 10 episodes. What do you know? Thelma Hawkins. I always thought it was Thelma. You would know her right away. She's the aunt on Urkel on Family Matters. She was on This Forever. She was on, she's been in so many TV shows. She's still going. I'm saying early 80s, if you look up Thelma Hawkins, you would go, oh, I know her because she was on Bosom Buddies. She was on Fantasy Island, The Love Boat, Give Me a Break, Amen. And then where the hell's Urkel? She was on Urkel, like the nanny. She was on 93 episodes of Family Matters. Aunt Rachel.
No.
If you click on her, she doesn't look familiar to you at all.
A little bit.
Oh,
she looks like the comedian. I forget who she looks like. Some comedian.
But she's been around forever, and I just know her. Like she's been in so many different shows. But yeah, overall, this was like, it wasn't heartwarming, really. There wasn't like, oh, they didn't bring it back and go, oh, this makes me feel nice and make me in the spirit of Christmas. It actually just made me angry at Nell. That was mostly what it was. Except I did like the granddad, oh, shut up, Simpson, or thing like, come on, let's sing around the piano. And he's just like a grump. And I tend to remember, I think he was pretty funny on the show. Like I just remember him being part of the comic relief.
I'm surprised I don't remember the show at all, though. Like I said, because I know I watched it. I remember the vacuuming up the fish.
Right.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
For fish.
I did like when they were all singing Jingle Bells and the dad was in the back singing Silent Night. No matter what, he was singing Silent Night. They're all doing Jingle Bells. But I don't have really much else to add to this.
No. So thank you for making me part of this horrible, not your horrible show, but the horrible Give Me a Break.
I know. Yeah. This was like, thank God you're here, because if I had to do this by myself, I would have been like, why did I choose this? Why did I do this episode?
Well, you have to throw in some different ones anyways, too. And this was a good one to have, too. So, and really, realistically, it wasn't all that bad either. But
no, it was good enough.
It was, like you said, it wasn't Christmassy, though. It didn't really have anything. It wasn't nice. It wasn't
right. It was like
really
the ending.
Funny.
Even when she showed up, I thought, okay, now everything's saved. Joey's going to be happy. No, Joey got all pissy. Yeah, it's like, what? And then the mother showed up and Joey's like, this is a great Christmas. I'm like, Joey, you didn't earn that. What are we talking about here? So yeah, I because there's other Christmas ones, and maybe I just chose the wrong one, but that's the way it goes.
This is probably the best one to do.
That's true. That's true, because of how
different it
was.
Right.
How different it is.
Right.
How enjoyable. She like locks them all in the kitchen. Nobody's leaving. And yelling at them. I'm like, they would be like, I wanted them to say, excuse me, you work for us. they get all mean. They get all bitchy with her. It's like, what? We pay your salary.
I'm trying to think. The theme of these shows, too, were very similar back in the 80s, too. Child's in Charge. Same thing. Babysitter was there, too.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. Imagine trusting Scott Baio on your teenage daughters. Yikes. That's when he was at the height of his Scott Baio power.
Yeah. I went out. No, well, not went out, but I know a girl that went out with Scott Baio.
I feel like most of us do
Yeah.
at some point.
I
Wow,
met her
for
on
real?
Tinder. No, I met her on Tinder.
And
Tinder date.
wait a minute. And one of her on her profile said once dated Chachi Arcola.
No. She just mentioned it. She goes, oh, so.
Interesting. So,
Yep.
so like if Baio is going to tap this, you feel special.
Oh no, it ended so. Oh, I can tell you about this dating. Oh, this was horrible.
I was going to say the Malachi
this
Crunch,
was
but that's something separate.
No, it was not the Malachi Crunch. It was
The Chachi
Malachi
Crunch.
No, we went for sushi. Oh, it was hard. It was probably the worst date ever.
See, now I want to just transition the show.
Oh, we'll do this too. Yeah, dating with Eric.
Give me a break to the date. Let's. Wait, I got time.
There you go.
Hey, it's all connected. We connected from Chachi, and Chachi from Charles, and Charles from Nell. It's all part of the experience.
Oh, she did not like the pictures I put up were all present, but when she saw the living area, it was just.
Oh man!
Oh, trust me, that's what I said too. Oh man, it's like, oh, this is not going to go. So now I know it's not going to.
Were her pictures the same? Like her?
Oh yeah, well, no, she was beautiful. I mean, and I told her I didn't want to go out because I just knew she was that pretty. I go, it's not going to end well, and she was very persistent in wanting to meet.
She's like,
and then
she just wants to tell everybody.
Yes,
that she had sex with Bob Loblaw from Arrested Development,
and she basically did. So that was it. And then I felt worse about myself.
Wait, she told you all about Chachi. I'm never going to live up to Chachi. Wah.
Imagine I can't live up to Chachi.
Thank God this episode is going here. This is so. This is why I have you on.
I got something else too about
hey.
No, so we went out for sushi, and she said she looked like she made it like she's ready to vomit. So I went, oh boy, this date is not going to go well. So then I was just like, all right, we're just going to let it fly. It's just, I know how this is going to end.
So just
going to
whatever
end
happens,
with me paying for it. But if I'm going to pay for dinner, I'm going to have a great time. And I just said some crazy ass shit. And
said is that what you said? You said crazy?
I knew the date wasn't going to last, so I just was like, I might as well she'll remember me forever. She'll remember Scott Baio, and she'll remember that date.
She can't even have sushi anymore without like going freaking out and having flashbacks.
No, she goes, oh no, I don't know. You'll have to edit it out. No,
I will not. I mean,
no. I would want to. Yeah, I would. No, not now. If I was about to say, so that's.
Well, that's for the after show. That's right. for the for Sitcom All You Faithful Plus subscribers that are on the paying tier. Go to Patreon. I don't have one.
Now you mentioned too about the Different Strokes episode where they got molested, or almost got molested. Have you ever been almost molested or kidnapped? I have.
Jesus Christ! Is it by a girl who dated Chachi?
No.
No, I never. But in that growing up, Dave from the other podcast, his grandmother used to always tell us about down the street there was a blue van. They don't go down this road. The blue van, and I'm almost positive that a mutual friend of ours, I don't want to say his name on the show.
Yep. Oh no, I get you.
A van almost came by his house and got him.
I remember that too. There was some stuff going on in Methuen.
Yeah, it never.
Right.
Like I never saw anything. I think I remember seeing a car down the dirt road.
It was too ugly to get molested.
Right. I mean, I was a Cub Scout. I was an altar boy. I played Little League. Nothing. I couldn't buy it. But you did?
Almost one time, yes. So there was someone on the street. No, not even on the street. It wasn't even like in Methuen. It was someplace else. And the guy was always like, "Hey, why don't you come over and look at my coins?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to look at your coins." And then he's like, "No, come over, look at my coins." I was like, "All right, buddy, I'll just look at your coins." No, my groins. So then I was like, "All right, fine, whatever, man." And I was like 13. And I go, "Okay,
Jesus Christ, at 13."
Maybe 12 or 13.
No, but I mean, you're old enough to.
Well, you mentioned something too. I think grandparents were there to say, "Hey, listen, that guy over there is always a little bit funky. Stay away from him."
Okay, so
I remember my grandparents. I remember my grandfather telling me, "Hey, watch out for that guy."
Jesus Christ.
So I was like, "Hey, I'll just test it out, see what happens, see what my worth is. And then he goes, why don't you come up to my bedroom? That's where the coins are. And I was like, nope, feet don't feel me now. And I ran out. Yep. So that was
where was this?
I'm not gonna, I don't want to say where.
Okay, but this was in our area.
It was in some area
in Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts.
Oh wow! Now I want to finish the show and find out more. What a wonderful way to celebrate Christmas. We go from Nell to being a bitch on the episode to being a cokehead in real life, and then to Eric not being the sloppy seconds to Scott Baio, but almost being the sloppy first to a coin collector. What a wonderful holiday.
Merry Christmas.
The way to go out. Now, listen, Eric, are there any parting words you'd like to say before we close up shop here?
Just don't tag me on any of the social medias, please.
I absolutely will not, but
thank you.
You definitely are coming back next year, and we'll go back to the Sunshine Cab Company. I think that'd be a good idea. But until then, you can find me. I'll ask for everything. You find me on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and there's another one, Mastodon.social at Geek Mentality. Blue Sky, Mikey-C. Facebook is Fans Not Experts, and YouTube is Fans Not Experts, and the website is fansnotexperts.com. We are done. 19 days down, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6 days to go. I had to do the math. I have my dog at the door. She's ready to go out. I'm ready to call it a night. Eric, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And until next time, do you want to say it? No, you stole it from me last year. I'm taking it back. Here is my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe, 'cause I'm kind of funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kind of handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans Not Experts.